We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
Never before seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put stuff in my fanny back in?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me.
It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah.
One thing you never want in this life is smoke with 50 Cent. Curtis is really out here showing all of us that if you're not producing a documentary about the person you hate and their downfall, you're not hating to your fullest potential. This man has been collecting receipts on Diddy for 2 decades, just marinating, plotting, waiting for the right moment to drop the bomb. Well, the moment is finally here, y'all. 50's Diddy documentary is here, and it's wild that 50 somehow got his hands on footage from Diddy's final days of being a free man. This is the moment 50's been training for since the mixtape era, and you already know he's soaking up every second of it. Diddy's locked up, can't do a damn thing about the documentary, and is apparently going crazy behind prison walls, shouting at his lawyers. His lawyers already rushed out a statement calling the documentary illegal, and they even tried to get Netflix to pull it down. Meanwhile, 50 is over here giggling and counting those Netflix checks. Love him or hate him, this man knows how to monetize a beef.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time.
Honestly, maybe Diddy shouldn't have tried to take 50 shopping back in the day, because 50 has kept his Timbs on that man's neck ever since.
Y'all, Curtis Jackson, there is nobody in this world headier than Curtis.
50 Cent linked up with director Alexandria Stapleton for a 4-part documentary series called Sean Combs: The Reckoning that features never-before-seen footage of Diddy from the days right before his arrest in New York City back in September 2024. The docuseries, which premiered on Netflix on December 2nd, shows exclusive footage of Diddy on the phone arguing with his lawyers about what their game plan should be and telling them to find someone who has experience dealing with the dirtiest business. In other words, Diddy knew he was cooked.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
You can practically feel the panic through the screen. Diddy was scrambling and scraping, throwing everything at the wall, and trying every angle he could to fight his case.
Strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
Then there's another moment in the doc where Diddy's out in Harlem doing the whole man of the people routine, hugging folks, shaking hands, playing hometown hero. But then he slides into his car and immediately requests a bottle of hand sanitizer. And according to 50, this scene basically exposes Diddy's whole playbook. The mask on, mask off performance, out here pretending he's for the people. Then the second he's back in his bubble, the mask slips and the real attitude pops out.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
Went away. Car, I said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. It shows you his character.
was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like, that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
Now, when 50 was asked if this whole thing is just him airing out his old grudge against Diddy, he denied it and claimed his real mission is to show how the hip-hop community does not co-sign Diddy's behavior. And then he also threw some shade at the industry folks who are staying quiet through all of this.
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
And honestly, 50's not wrong. He isn't exposing Diddy or snitching on him. Diddy already exposed himself during that trial. There's nothing in this documentary that's going to top what the world has already heard in court. And Diddy's already been sentenced, so nothing in this doc changes his reality. But what 50 is exposing is the industry's selective silence. 50's whole point is that if everyone keeps their mouths shut, it creates the impression that the hip-hop community is perfectly fine with this kind of predatory behavior. Now, you can say what you want about 50, that he's petty, vindictive, immature maybe, but at least he's never had a weird SA case, and he's never been caught talking to young girls. Meanwhile, all those other rappers and moguls who spent decades in Diddy's circle are keeping quiet because they're all compromised in one way or another. And look, 50 can swear up and down that this isn't personal, but if you know 50, you know it's always personal. This man treats grudges like fine wine. The longer he stores them, the stronger they get. And once you end up on his bad side, honey, there's no going back. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's personal for 50. No doubt about it. But at the same time, he deserves his flowers for being one of the few industry folks who was publicly calling out Diddy's behavior before it was cool. So is 50 gloating now? Absolutely. But can you really blame him? Years ago, when he was telling everyone about Diddy taking men shopping, people rolled their eyes and called him a hater, said he was obsessed. But then a lot of what 50 said back then turned out to be true. So you better believe he's basking in the moment right now. Just look at how he responded when he was asked what he thinks Diddy's reaction will be after watching the doc. Now, Curtis knows damn well Diddy would blow a fuse the second he heard about this documentary, and he didn't have to wait too long for Diddy's reaction. According to CNN, Diddy's lawyers have already sent a cease and desist to Netflix, claiming that 50's docuseries uses stolen footage. In a statement to CNN, Diddy's spokesperson, Judah Engelmayer, alleged that the docuseries is a shameful hit piece and accused Netflix of using stolen footage that was never authorized for release. By the way, fun fact, Judah Engelmayer was Harvey Weinstein's spokesperson before Diddy hired him. Birds of a feather and all that. Anyway, Judah told CNN that Diddy has been recording himself for decades to chronicle his life for an eventual documentary, and he claimed that the footage seen in 50's docuseries was supposed to be used in Diddy's own documentary. Judah said Sean was making his own documentary since he was 19 years old. This footage was commissioned as part of it. But Netflix has now fired back, and their spokesperson told CNN that the docuseries director Alexandra Stapleton obtained the footage legally. But Diddy's team is big mad. In their cease and desist letter, his lawyers threatened to take further legal action, writing, "As you are undoubtedly aware, Mr. Combs has not hesitated to take legal action against media entities and others who violate his rights, and he will not hesitate to do so against Netflix." The letter also added that it was equally staggering that Netflix agreed to work with 50 Cent for the documentary, as 50 is a longtime adversary with a personal vendetta who has spent too much time slandering Mr. Combs. Well, vendetta or no vendetta, 50 Cent is loving every moment of this attention, and he's still out here trolling Diddy on Instagram. 50 just posted this clip from his interview on Good Morning America where they asked him about his feud with Diddy, and he wrote in the caption, "What feud? I put 2 of his kids in my scripted TV shows. I just didn't like he said fruity-ish to me. I don't like that." And Diddy, on the other hand, is crashing behind bars because there is nothing really he can do, and 50 took the win. Now, some folks are out here calling out 50 and saying that he should have thought about Diddy's kids and how this documentary will affect them, especially the girls. But let's be real for a second. Diddy didn't care how his behavior affected his kids while he was doing what he was doing, and he certainly didn't care about other people's kids. If he was doing things right from the start, he would be home with his kids right now. Can't throw the rock and hide your hand. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this documentary. Have you started watching it yet, or are you saving it for the weekend? What's your take? Is 50 doing too much and being petty, or is he literally the only person in the industry with a backbone to call things exactly as they are?